Good morning, everybody.
Today is a super exciting day. We have been waiting so long to do this. Just like in Athens, we're gonna do a DIY food tour of all of the yummy, delicious Slovenian food that we've been looking at. So we're on our way to go get some breakfast.
We got recommended by the owner of the hostel that we should go to this local bakery, and she just raved about it, so obviously we're gonna go there.
Okay, we got 3 different things to try.
All right, so these are 3 pastries that we got. We got one that has berries in it, another one with like a sweet cheese. Then we got a croissant with some vanilla custard going. And I'm going to try the berry one first. That's so good. I don't know what berry it is. Oh, that's so good though. Oh my gosh, this was a good pick.
All right, so we've been in Ljubljana for a couple days now, and we've noticed that kind of, I would say maybe one of their more staple ingredients is cottage cheese, which I absolutely love. I love cottage cheese, so I'm in straight heaven. This baking is filled with cottage cheese, and then there's also like a sweet kind of syrup on it, which is really, really cool. We had it yesterday, so it's technically cheating, but that's okay. This is really good. I'm just excited because I can have cottage cheese for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and dessert probably today.
Look at that. Oh my gosh. So puffy. Yeah. This one's so good. It's definitely more of a doughy croissant for sure. Still flaky on the top, but oh my gosh, the custard is to die for. Wow, so good. I want 5 more of these.
So just in case any of you guys are interested, the total for these 3 items was 40. So not bad at all. So we have now made our way back to the daily market that we actually saw on the free walking tour. We were nervous it was going to be closed because it's raining, but there's huge umbrellas set up everywhere, so everything is open. This place, I believe, is only closed on Sundays or holidays, which is really, really cool. From what we can see, there's lots of like fresh produce. There's also some meals, so I think we're gonna walk around and see what we can find.
Okay, now Robin and I are gonna head to the underground market that's just behind me. And we heard on the tour the other day that there's some cheeses and oil, so we might see how much that is.
So the underground market had lots of meats and cheeses and nuts and sauces and all of that, but they also had one stand that had a whole bunch of like raw like cacao balls, raw sesame bars. So we wanted to try them because those are the only like snack foods that were in there. So I got a raw cacao ball. I'm like pretty sure it's not a traditional dish by any means. I just wanted to try it, so.
Oh my gosh, that looks so yummy.
Whoa. It kind of tastes like a haystack cookie,
Oh my
but
gosh.
a little bit more bitter because I feel like there's less sweetener in here. It's really good. This is perfect for a nice pre-lunch snack.
And I got myself a fig bar that has buckwheat in it and a bunch of other seeds. So I really wanted to try this because we've seen on menus that there's been quite a few things that have buckwheat in them. So I just thought, I'll try something with buckwheat in it. Oh my god. It's kind of hard. 1 second.
I know mine's harder than I thought.
Mmm.
Is it good?
That's super good. I really like it. There's a lot of flavors going on in here. Yeah, the fig is super, super prominent in this. I like it.
Is this not the cutest walnut cracker you've ever seen in your entire life? I love it.
All right, so we are at our lunch stop today, and we are at Kodila, which our tour guide was also pointing out to us. They have some really good traditional sausage here. We aren't getting the sausage though. We are going to be getting the traditional stew that they have here in Slovenia, which I'm pretty sure is pronounced bograk. So that's what Robin and I are going to be getting and sharing.
Okay, so this is the traditional beef stew, which I have, like, anytime you look up traditional Slovenian dishes or you watch any videos, this is like the top thing that people try. So I'm super, super excited. All I know is that there's potatoes in here and beef, obviously. But I also heard him briefly mention that there was 3 kinds of meat, so like maybe more than beef. I don't really know. It's really cold today, so this is gonna be perfect.
As we're sitting outside. It's cold, but we're eating
cold,
outside.
but we're outside. So good.
So good.
There's so many spices in here, and the beef is like super tender. Oh, this is great. This is like perfect, the perfect dish for this kind of weather.
Okay, so that meal was absolutely delicious, and we are gonna go head back to the hostel for a bit to digest it. All right, so we have just been hanging out in the hostel after lunch, digesting our delicious food that we got, and now the rain has stopped, which is so awesome. We can just walk and not sprint everywhere. Now we are just walking to supper, which we don't 100% know where we're going yet, but we are just gonna go take a look around. One thing in Ljubljana that they always have going on Friday nights is their night market, and it's where a bunch of restaurants all around the city come to the space behind me, and there's a bunch of restaurants set up, and they have some of their dishes so people can try at a discounted price, and then you can kind of get the feel for what restaurant you maybe want to go to later on. It's typically running every Friday unless it's raining, weather permitted. So unfortunately, it's not on tonight. We're so sad, but we are definitely still gonna find some good food to try.
I think it's extra sad because it's not raining right now, so we were really hoping that they just like spur of the moment would set everything up, but it doesn't look like it.
We are at Mui's Strukli for supper. We ordered a bunch of dishes that we're gonna try. So we're getting the traditional sausage here and the traditional cabbage soup and another cottage cheese dumpling. All right, so Robin and I were gonna try one of the traditional wines here that the hostel owner had told us to get, and we were gonna try it later, and then I just was gonna get a glass of wine with supper, and I ordered it without realizing. So I already tried it, and it is super, super good. It's supposed to be a little sour. This one's not too crazy sour, but it is really good. I would definitely try it if you're gonna be here, or if you can get your hands on it somewhere else. That is so much food. Holy.
I don't know what to start with. Alright, I think I'm gonna start with the cottage cheese dumplings because this is what we had in our last video and we absolutely loved. This one doesn't have a cream sauce, has some other kind of, whoa, it's hard. Some other kind of sauce on it, or paste. Let me just try this. I don't know what that is.
It looks like brown sugar to me.
Like, I honestly couldn't tell you.
Really?
Kind of tastes like a kind of breaded thing. Okay, maybe I won't try it with the sauce.
So good.
It is so good. I think, though, I definitely prefer it with the cream sauce as opposed to this. But the dumpling itself is very delicious. And then, I forget what the actual traditional word is called, but this is their traditional sausage. We've seen it everywhere. It's like a must-try thing. And it kind of looks like it comes with mustard for sure, and then maybe like a horseradish.
Really good.
Mm-hmm.
How's the mustard?
That mustard is amazing. If mustard can be amazing, it is. That is really, really good. Okay, next thing. Oh my god.
Let's do the buckwheat. This buckwheat bread or something.
We didn't realize that our meal came with this. It said it came with buckwheat spoon bread. So I just thought that meant bread. So then when we got this part, we were very, very confused. But this is what it looks like. So maybe it is bread? Buckwheat bread? I don't know. I think it literally is buckwheat bread, crumbled, warm, and then you eat it with a spoon. I literally think that's what it means. That's what I'm getting from it. Yeah, it's good. I don't think I've ever had buckwheat before. Or if I have, it wasn't memorable. But this is really good. I like it. Okay.
And what's the last thing on the menu?
The last thing is another traditional stew. So earlier we had the beef stew, and this one is called Yoda, I think. Yota, maybe? And it's a cabbage and bean stew. This all is like perfect comfort food. You get the cabbage, but then it has so many spices in it, and the beans are just warm. Yeah. This is a lot of food for us to eat, and we have plans for dessert. And it's all so different, but it works together. And this platter of food costs us 16 euros, but we're splitting it, so 8 euros each, which honestly isn't that bad. Okay, so now that we've determined that this is just crumbled up bread, you can take a scoop of the stew and then a scoop of the bread, and it's perfect. It tastes so good.
Cleaned up almost everything. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna explode. But it was so good.
So our original plan was to get dessert after this, but me and Narissa are absolutely stuffed. So we're gonna skip dessert tonight, which I know sounds so bad.
And it's raining again, so we're gonna run. We'll see you at the hostel. Okay, so we made it back to the hostel. Not too wet. We made it back all right. But this is where we're gonna end the video. We are just gonna have a chill night and maybe watch some Netflix and then hopefully get a good sleep. So thanks so much for watching, you guys. We hope you enjoyed the food tour, and maybe if you're visiting Slovenia, you'll try some of the stuff that we did. So we'll see you guys in the next video. I'm gonna try it for you guys. Or no, I already tried it. Actually, I can't lie.
Where are you gonna stand?
This okay?
Yeah. just stay still.
Alright, we are at Muli Strukli.
There's no L.
No L?
No.
Moi. Okay.